Now I'm recording. Shit. Don't know how much I actually got that last time. Oh well. Okay. Flashlights on. Let's go. Which way do you want to go? You want to go this way? Alright. Let's go this way. Hey, little guy. Alright. Alright, so today is Monday, April 3rd? 3rd, yes. 23. Duh. 2023. It's cloudy. Anyways, let's see, what do I want to start off with? So I had my therapy session today with my therapist, and, well, yeah, duh, as you would. Anyways, so I had a long discussion about Jonathan, and this week I plan on, come on, let's go down this way. I really don't want to go down McIntyre. Come on, sweetheart, this way. Oh, don't give me that, let's go. Hey, you're being stubborn. I have to use the body block to direct her because she gets stubborn, like, nope, I want to go this way. Anyways, so last week, as always, I took the day off, so I get to the bar early, and I almost said the bar's name. Anyways, I get to the bar like I normally do, or earlier than I normally do. And I was like, hey, I'd like to leave at 7. And he's like, yep, okay, no problem. And I tell my other buddy, who also is in our D&D group, the same thing. He's like, yep, no problem, okay. And then, have a beer. And then it comes around, I don't know, 6:20 or so. And I was like, hey, dude, we should start thinking about paying up and getting our last drinks because it's already 20 after 6 and I'd like to leave at 7. Yep, no problem. Okay. So I get my last drink and my bill, my tab. I pay it. It's probably like maybe 6:45 and I finish off my last beer. Come on, let's go. Stop eating grass. And Jonathan is yakking with another dude. It's fine. So I say, hey, I'm all paid up. Yeah, it's quarter till. He's like, yep, okay. So I go out to the car around 7, I don't know, 05. He's still yakking. And we didn't leave until 7:35. So of course, everybody was waiting on us as usual because we're late again. So, and this isn't the first time. This has happened multiple times. It's almost a weekly basis now. So I'm gonna, this week, put the ultimatum. And when I bitched about it last week, he's like, well, you could always just leave. We won't care. And I'm like, well, that's not exactly, it's fucking rude. If you think about it, my time and my will, even though this is a collaborative event that we're going to, means nothing. It's like if his schedule fits in mine, so be it. I'll drive. Otherwise, go on your own. I'll come by later. And it's like, dude, what the fuck? Seriously, it's becoming a problem. So this week, I'm gonna leave at 7, regardless if he's in the car or not. And fuck. Anyways. So I just hope it doesn't go poorly, but it probably will. And but I'll text the other guys and let them know what's probably gonna happen, and hopefully no bad blood, but we'll see. Just, oh God, man, just thinking about it's making my heart race. But I need to calm down. I have a tendency of living out scenarios in my head over and over and over again and put so much effort into them that I mean, physically put my body into them, and it's exhausting. So, anyways, I'm gonna try to not think about it and see what happens on Thursday. But I do have a lot of anxiety about it, and you know, I'm hoping it's not gonna cause anything. But I do want to, like I said, I'm gonna text the other guys and let them know the situation, and just so that they're aware of it as well. But we'll see how it goes. Yeah, that's the other thing. Oh, and I started smoking again. Yay, sigh. Well, as I told my therapist today, it's like the last time I did really well. I went almost a week and a half, 2 weeks almost. And in that time period, I had 3 cigarettes. And the first one was by chance. Was cleaning out something in my truck and saw a cigarette. So, fuck it. So I smoked it. The second and third time was actually on Thursday, D&D night, and I just, oh man, with Jonathan smoking, Tim smoking, and DJ vaping, and us smoking weed, it's like, I just needed a cigarette, so I bummed a couple during D&D from Tim. So, but now, I'm smoking again. I bought another pack, and I'm gonna finish this pack, try to, cut back as much as possible before, but once this pack is finished, I'm gonna try again. And, hopefully this time it'll stick. But, I know it's part of the process. You try, you stumble, you try again. You just, I'm not going to let it get me down, even though I have in the past. But, so even though I hate the fact that I smoke cigarettes, I am going to quit. And I know that. It's just a matter of when. So, that's that. But it still sucks that I'm smoking again, because I have no breath whatsoever. And fuck, at my age, if I don't stop, I'm going to end up with some COPD thing, and God, that's the last thing I want to do. I want to try to get myself in better condition, in better shape, better health in general. Just, kids are almost completely out of the house, and it's only a matter of time before the last one is out. Yeah, so even though that will be sad, I do want to spend more time with my wife, and she's a lot more athletic than I am. Like, hell, she's a fucking personal trainer, and I'm a fat software developer. It's almost fucking cliche that, I actually, in jest, I call her my trophy. But no, I love the woman, so, what you're looking at. I should probably keep it, and just because it's more convenient. Wow, it brightens. I gotta admit, the video brightens it up quite, because it's getting dusk right now, so it's not exactly dark, but the video looks brighter than what it actually is. I noticed that when I took the picture of the sunrise this morning, which was amazing. It was bright red with pinks and some oranges. It looked like, oh man, it was so cool. Anyways, I took some pictures, and they just didn't look as vibrant. It was kind of disappointing. But I don't put filters. I don't bother with them. I just take the pictures and post them. I don't give a shit about that other crap. But I probably could have tinkered with it a little bit and made it a little bit more vibrant, more so than what the actual photo did, but I didn't. Still came out amazing though after I made the photos. So anyways, what was I yapping about? This is actually probably my first video journal entry, really, because the other two were, I think the other one or two, I forget how many actually posted, just were mostly me being silent, because I really didn't know what to say. But now, I'm a little bit stoned, and I'm just in a talkative mood. I think it helps that I went to my therapy session this afternoon, and it always helps me get into the talkative mood again. So, a bunch of bullshit happening in my state with guns. Yay. But hey, gotta make sure that men don't wear dresses around children. Yay. I fucking hate the politics in my state right now. But oh, there's a cute little one. They're going inside. Don't get all hyper. See, sometimes she just gets all excited. She wants to go say hi. You definitely got to kill the cameraman on this. Not sure what else to talk about. Do I just call it here and just stop, or do I continue videoing? Yeah, why not? Keep it going. I might say something else later in the thing, so probably gonna go quiet. I'll try to angle it so it's more my dog. That's Terrace, by the way. She's my sweetheart. Alright, yeah. I guess I could talk about her. This dog, again, oh God, we've been through a lot, I gotta admit. She's the primary reason why I didn't end up eating a bullet after I was laid off. Oh yeah, that's an interesting story. No, not interesting. It was not interesting at all. It was horrifying. But so our CEO gets in front of us directly in person and told us that because we had just had some 2 or 3 rounds of layoffs, and he went to each site personally and said there will not be any more layoffs. Well, 6 months later, hey, look, I'm getting laid off. And so, yeah, that was a pretty dark time. My depression really skyrocketed out of control, and yeah, I probably would have put a bullet into my skull and just called it quits. But this dog, she is enamored. I'm her best. Gotta admit, it's definitely me and everybody else. She loves everybody else as well, probably all equally, but I am definitely her favorite, her alpha, whatever you want to call it, I don't know. And the thought of her being heartbroken because I wasn't there was enough to not eat that bullet. And I will go to hell and back for this dog. Hell, I even went in debt for her because of stupidity on my part. I thought the vaccines, because I could have sworn we were getting vaccines in Virginia every other year. Terrace, come on, stop it. Leave it alone. Let's go. We were getting vaccines every other year, and so I thought that's how it was here. And well, no, alas, they're every year, and she caught parvo. And I think I went $1,600 in debt with it, trying to get that. Obviously, she beat it. So, hey, don't have to worry about parvo ever again. But I learned my lesson the hard way. And, I mean, I've learned lessons with this dog. Things that I just didn't think of. And finding out that, vaccines are once a year, not every other year, that was a hard lesson. But it's a lesson. I took it. She gets vaccinated every year. The other scary thing is I have a compost bin, and it's just pallets that I elect, just have holding up with fence post stakes, and I just toss everything in there. But it's open. I don't care if other critters dig through it and stuff like that. And I found evidence of that, but I just don't care. And, well, she was digging into it one day, and I yelled at her to stop, but apparently it wasn't soon enough because she ate something and got toxic. She poisoned herself, and she was acting very, very drunk. But I'm sure it was probably a lot more serious than that. At least all the assholes on Reddit told me it was much more serious after I posted it there. I was posting it as a, hey, funny story, lesson learned. Oh, okay, now that I know that it wasn't necessarily a funny story, these assholes thought that they should lecture me, and I'm like, dudes, I still learned okay, I realize now that it was a lot more serious than I thought, but, I mean, I still learned the same fucking lesson. Just let me have that, jeez. But nope, these assholes had to lecture. Would you stop? Come on, stop eating. Whatever the hell it is, God, I swear to God, people throw up bullshit out their car windows, and then my dog ends up finding them and eating them. So anyways, yeah, that was not a fun night. Oh my God, the amount of vomit and just liquid goo shit everywhere. It was just, it was like a crime scene. It was horrifying. It was gross, but I learned my lesson. I now have a chicken wire stretched across the front of my compost bin to prevent her from getting at it. So, learned some lessons with a stupid dog. I love her. We're gonna have to turn around because I'm not going on McIntyre. Not sure what to talk about now. Ooh, I know. I can start dictating my D&D campaign. Maybe eventually I'll get it into writing and try to get it published. Yeah, probably never will. But still be fun to... Oh, I can handwrite it and create books for the boys. Ooh. Anyways. So, I'll start off with the basic gist of the story, and then I'll probably end up taking these and dictating them into more written form, and maybe come up with some quick highlights of the overall campaign, minus some of the gory details. I mean, there's a lot of gory details. There's some comedy. A lot of comedy, actually. But, so, okay, gist of the story. So our adventurers are traveling by ship to an island after being told from various sources that there's undue riches and glory can be found on this island. Everyone kind of... So we're arriving on this ship, and we're arriving at a port called Marantine, and it's a bustling city. I mean, it's pretty large, as cities go, and you can see the various docks and the fishmongers busy along the ports, on the ports, or the docks, or whatever you call the sea section of the city. I'm not very good at that kind of stuff. I have to research. Anyways, come on, let's turn. No, we're turning around. Oh, stop it. Let's go. We're not going that way. Come on. She gets stubborn. Look. Come on. Yeah, give me those eyes. Yep. I know. It's so horrifying. We can't go down the busiest street in our neighborhood where people, even though it's marked 25, go 60. When there's no fucking sidewalks. So, anyways. Silence, my character, is a female tiefling warlock. I know, cliche. And I didn't anticipate on her being as cliche as she became, but she did. She's a street urchin that was raised in one of the major cities in the mainland. I'd have to come up with some details on that because I don't know what. Well, I have to ask my DM because he plans on using the mainland as the setting of our next campaign, so I can get some details from him. Anyways, she was raised on the streets, hustling and bustling, stealing, pickpocketing, you name it, and I think she was about to get robbed by a bunch of goons, and realizing that she might die, she called out for help, and her patron appeared, which happened to be the Sword of Kos. Now, if you guys don't know, the Sword of Kos Kos was like a lieutenant of Vecna, and Vecna is this evil god, and him and Acererak, who was another lieutenant, him being Kos, and Acererak, another lieutenant, decided to overthrow Vecna and destroy him, and then become gods themselves. So they did. Acererak, the evil bastard that he was, double-crossed Kos and imprisoned him into his soul into the sword that he willed, and it became the Sword of Kos. I think, now I'll have to get details on this from my DM because I'm not sure if this is 100% D&D lore. I'm just going based off of what I had chats with my DM. So anyways, so Kos, or the Sword of Kos, determines to make himself basically a vanquisher of the cults of Acererak and Vecna. And so when he became Silence, my character's patron, commanded that she go to this island because there's Acererak had cursed this island, and he wants Silence to go and try to break the curse. But the sword is imprisoned on the island, and he wants Silence, my tiefling, to go to save, to break him to free him, and then to go on this vanquishing quest to eliminate the cults of Acererak and Vecna. Come on, sweetheart, let's go. Oops, don't want to pull off the light. P spot. So, anyways, part of the party, the other two members of the party, is there's a Goliath who is a barbarian, and this dude is like over 7 foot, and just this beast of a Goliath. I mean, he's tall for Goliath's sakes, and taller for most Goliaths, and just he carries this giant polearm. Yeah, he went barbarian with polearm mastery. And so anyways, and the other character who was part of the party that was on the ship was a half-orc fighter. And his name was Terminus. So the barbarian's name, or the Goliath's name, was Heavy. But it was this really long, I'd have to get out his full name from the guy that plays him. But I'd have to get his full name. But we'll, because it's like heavy, and yeah, it's this like 15-word long name, and he goes, just call me Heavy. And we're like, okay, Heavy it is. And anyways, come on, Terrace, enough grass eating. So anyways, and then Terminus is the half-orc fighter. And he's in, I think, chainmail, got your stereotypical shield and sword, and, you know, nothing too... We were level 3 at the time, so very early in the campaign. It was the very beginning. Come on, stop. Let's go. Yuck. Gotta smell the other dog's shit. I know. You silly girl. So anyways, we get to, so the ship docks, and we grab our gear and offload. And we decided, well, the best thing to do, it's been a long journey on the ship. I want a really good hearty meal and maybe some ale. And let's go to the closest tavern. So we go to the closest tavern, which, you know, is full of mostly sailors and merchants, that kind of thing. Come on, Terrace, let's go. And ooh, you get to see gruesome sight. Check out the end of that squirrel. All right, leave it alone. Let's go. So we're in Marantine. We go to the tavern. In the tavern, we hear about a fight club that's being run by a guild called the Silver Serpent. And we're like, oh, what's this? Hey, let's go and maybe do some bets, and, you know, and maybe Hal enter. And so we go, and I'm a cocky little twat, and so we get there, and we get introduced to the dude who's running this show. I forget what his name is. It's like something Whistle. He was a goblin, and he tells us the rules, and I'm like this cocky little twat, and I was like, oh, here's 100 gold, I bet I'll win. And the dude's like, okay. And so maybe was it 100 gold? We started off with quite a bit of gold, which is surprising considering I had the urchin background, and so I probably would have been extremely poor. But so it couldn't have been 100 gold, because there's no way I would have had that much at that point. I mean, we were level 3, so that means we did do some leveling, prior to the campaign start. Let's see. I hear a car coming. Let's wait. All right. Oh, it's that jackass that likes to speed. Come on, sweetheart. Hey, how you doing? Good. Come on, let's cross. No, we're not going that way again. Come on. Ah, fine. Let's go. Come on, let's go. She's being stubborn again. Would you just go? Go. Go on. Okay, we could go that way if you want. It's not like we're doing anything. Dork. Come on this side. It's a car. Who did a really shitty job parking. But that's here and nor there. Anyways, back to Silence. So she places a bet again, that she's going to win her bout. And Terminus decides to enter as well. So part of the rules is you enter the ring weaponless. Well, I was a Hexblade Warlock. And if you know anything about D&D, you know that with the Pact of the Blade pact for Warlocks, I can summon my weapon whenever I want, and my pact weapon. And in my case, since I'm a Hexblade, there's even more benefits for being able to, with a Hex or a pact weapon. And so I can summon and unsummon my pact weapon whenever I want. And of course, even though I'm not, I am a patron of the Sword of Kos. Come on. Oh, let's over the side, sweetheart. Let's get out of the road. I know. Oh, horrifying, huh? Jeez. So disgusting. Don't let you get your way. Anyways, silence, yeah. So we enter the bout. So I enter the ring. And across from me is a dwarf, decked out in full plate armor. This is one badass looking dude, I tell you. So, the dumbass that my character was, you have to understand, she's still technically a child. She summons her pact weapon. The crowd goes nuts, booing her, and starts throwing shit into the ring at her and stuff like that. And the dwarf looks at me and goes, "Oh, you're gonna play it like